Hey guys, this is David, and today I am here to unbox a figure from the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse series of action figures. Today I've got Deathstorm from the classic Geoff Johns Blackest Night storyline from those brief couple of years when Green Lantern and the whole Green Lantern franchise were super popular and cool. So, let's see here. Here is Deathstorm in the box. And here you can see the back of the box. It shows the Build-A-Figure for this wave, which is Atrocitus, along with the other figures in this wave, which are Blackest Night, Zombie Batman, Blackest Night, Zombie Superman, and Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, because this is from those years when Green Lantern was briefly cool. Deathstorm, for those who don't know him, is the skeletal zombie-like version of Firestorm, who came about after Ronnie Raymond, the classic Firestorm, was dead for a while. Anyway, Ronnie Raymond was sort of resurrected by Necrom. There's a trading card in here. I don't know if I can get it out. How does this pull out? What the hell? Oh, I actually do have to get this out because there's a figure stand or something in the bottom too. Anyway, Ronnie Raymond was sort of resurrected as a Deathstorm. He came in during the Blackest Night, and then that character died by the end. But as it turned out, like, this was a marketable version of Firestorm, something that's, you know, pretty rare. So DC kept the character around. He showed up again during Brightest Day. There was some stuff with the White Lanterns, with the Anti-Monitor, and all kinds of other good stuff, but nobody really cares about that. Deathstorm is a character who is most well known, you know, for his appearance in Blackest Night and for looking cool. Well, I dropped the figure stand. It might be gone forever. Let's see here. Let me get this trading card, though. Hopefully it was worth all the trouble and distraction to get this trading card out. Oh, it definitely was. Where is that stand? Can I find it? Nope, I'm not going to look for that stand right now. There is a little white clear stand here that Deathstorm can use to stand up, but it fell on the floor, and because I'm half blind, I can't see it. And I'll have to hunt for it later. I don't care. Here is this cool trading card. I don't know if it was necessarily worth the trouble. Let's see here. Deathstorm, Blackest Night, not to be confused with Bloodstorm, the alternate universe version of Aurora Monroe Storm, who briefly crossed over into our main Marvel continuity and had a creepy, flirtatious thing with time-displaced young Cyclops, which hopefully just like amounted to some flirting. Anyway, Deathstorm. Bloodstorm, by the way, is now dead and will likely never, never, never be mentioned again in the Marvel Comics universe. Deathstorm, Blackest Night, data file. Real name, Ronald, quote, Ronnie, end quote, Raymond. The result of the deceased Firestorm trademark being taken host by a Black Lantern ring, Deathstorm joined the ranks of the undead Black Lanterns, set on destroying life as we know it throughout the universe. As a key threat in Blackest Night, Deathstorm is part of the siege on Earth to defend the Black Lantern Battery, and tasked with fighting the remaining members of the Justice League. Alright, so here we have Deathstorm. You can see him here in the package. He comes with the head and looks like shoulder armor of Atrocitus, the leader of the Red Lanterns, and he also comes with this silvery lantern. Did the Black Lanterns have silvery lanterns? It's not a white lantern, it's not a silver lantern. Oh, it's got some twisty tie cap on it. Let me grab some scissors, and I'll cut this out. Maybe, if I can see the twisty ties, which I can. Alright, so he comes with this little silver lantern. It's just cast in silver. It's nothing special. In fact, ordinarily, I just throw all of these types of lantern accessories in a bin, and that is where this one will also go. Here's the head of Atrocitus. It is very nicely painted. You can see a little bit of like how sharp and scary his teeth are. He's got these piercing eyes. Like, this is a really cool looking head. I definitely want to build Atrocitus, as I was a fan of the Red Lanterns, and I did really like the Green Lanterns storylines as they were written by Geoff Johns about 15 years ago. I'm trying to get out the shoulder armor here for Atrocitus. Oh, it had a twist tie on it, but I broke it, so it's not an issue. This is pretty rubbery. It's gonna overlay nicely on that Atrocitus figure without any problems, I think. Are there twist ties on this Deathstorm figure? Yes, there are. I'm gonna try to cut these before I actually try to rip him out of the case, because I don't want to break this figure pulling him out. These figures are about $24.99 on Amazon if you would like one. The Kyle Rayner, I think, is the hot figure from this wave. Batman and Superman are less hot, although I think those are probably going to sell fine because they are zombie figures of Batman and Superman. And, you know, people generally tend to like zombies, although not as much right now as they might have like 5 years ago or something like that, or 10 years ago when zombies were cooler. You know what? Fuck it. I just want to try to pull them out of the box. And I can deal with the twisty ties as I try to pull them out of the box, because they're really hard for me to see. Oh, he's got one around his chest that I couldn't see before. Here's one on his arm, and each of his legs is going to have a twisty tie too, which I'll deal with when I get to them. Did I not cut this on his torso? I thought I did. Oh, I actually don't have to cut the ones that are on there at all. Alright, so here we have Deathstorm. He looks a little bit like a Ghost Rider type character because, you know, he's got a flaming skull. He's very impressively sculpted. He's got the translucentness of his flaming skull. He does not have any kind of energy effects pieces, interchangeable hands. He can't punch things. He can't blast things. He can't do any of that cool shit. Like, he can just kind of stand around and he can gesture at you. I'm trying to move his hand up to make him, you know, look like he's doing some sort of force blast or something at me, but he just doesn't seem to have that joint, so he can't do that, which really sucks. But on the bright side, this is a fully unique sculpt. You can see like his veiny musculature of his back. You can see his cool shoulder pads. He definitely looks kind of undead and decayed. He does have a fist over here, so he can kind of punch you with this one fist he has. But, I mean, here's the knees. This is definitely not a Marvel Legends Hasbro quality build as far as articulation goes. The sculpting, though, is pretty awesome. The accessories totally suck in that you get a useless lantern and the Atrocitus head and shoulder pieces. Here's the useless lantern. He really, really could have used some sort of, you know, flame effects or something else, interchangeable fists, something, the articulation to turn his palm up like he was going to blast you, a fireball to throw, really anything. Like, this figure looks super cool, but there's just not a lot you're going to be able to do with him. The articulation does seem, you know, pretty behind the times. The sculpting is phenomenal. The actual detailing on it is phenomenal. There's not that much paint to be seen, but the paint that is here looks good. This is a super cool character. Super cool figure for a character that has a super cool design and is sort of a black character. I'm going to get the whole wave so I can build Atrocitus, but I just don't know that I'm in love with this Deathstorm. I was hoping that these McFarlane Multiverse figures were getting a lot better since the last time I bought one, but it doesn't necessarily seem like that's the case. There's no swivels on the thighs or the boots. He does have a swivel on his biceps at least, but like the articulation on these is lacking. Overall, you know, okay figure. This is sort of a B-E figure. Doesn't have a lot going for it. Not all that cool, but might be fun to display. I'll take some nice pictures outside and work them into this review, and that's all I've got to say about Firestorm. If you really like Deathstorm, then this is probably a buy for. If you think this is the coolest looking like action figure you've ever seen, it's a buy for you, but like what you see is what you get. This is basically a minimally articulated statue. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Okay job, McFarlane Toys, and that's all I've got to say about that. So that is Deathstorm. He gets a, you know, not a thumbs up, not a thumbs down, thumbs somewhere in the middle. Okay.